What is going on, everybody? Let's see if this works. Sweet. Cool. So yeah, this is the Patreon supporter Q&A. Welcome to the stream, Psychotic and Sapity. Why is that not working? Is the chat? I'm gonna type in the chat real quick. Maybe the test. Maybe the actual overlay is not correctly lined up. There we go. What's up with the mic? Is there something wrong? Oh shit. Oops, I'm using the wrong mic right now. I had it set up so I could actually talk on Discord. There we go. Is that better? Does that sound better? I apologize. Nice. I haven't done that in a long time. Welcome to the stream, guys. This is the supporter Q&A. Questions that come from Patreon, specifically. And then, you know, if some fleet members are on, which are people that support the channel directly through YouTube, there's a little join button down below that you can click and become a fleet member, support the channel on a monthly basis. If those folks are on, they can hop on. If not, this is always archived. But welcome, guys. Psychotic and Sapity, good to see you. What's up with the mic? Fix that shit. That's I want to go back and listen to it so I can hear the difference between mic qualities. I told you I got to be your secretary. I need you know, I always see these people that, like The Rock, for example, right? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He is like the busiest dude ever. He's good at what he does, and I imagine that he just has like a general right behind him, a secretary general barking orders at him, telling him where to be, what to do, what he needs to be doing. You know what I mean? I feel like that would just make life. I feel like I would love that. You know, I like structure to an extent, and I don't know. I like people making decisions for me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm usually the only one here left here. Oh yeah, 100%. Most of the time, fleet members are not on. Even when I stream live, fleet members are not on. It seems like most fleet members are like from the UK, and I stream at the most inopportune time, which is fine, right? But I always enjoy doing these. It's always really low key, relaxing. So these questions come from Patreon in the bottom left of your screen. Yeah, actually, let me pull it up on my other monitor and make it bigger so I can actually see it without squinting my eyeballs. Let's see, Patreon, March 2019. Nice. Boom. All right. The first question comes from Will Thompson, and I don't have very many questions. I think I have. What's up, Dolthier? Good to see you, man. I think I have like 8 questions total, which is about half of the normal. But as you know, as we lead into episode 9, this just kind of ebbs and flows. This is how it usually goes in between films. You know, there's like a dead period, and then once the movies start to kick into gear, we see a trailer. Movies get closer and closer. Things just start to ramp up for the channel, and questions and stuff like that, and my overall engagement as well. I am trying to get stuff done. What did I write today? I wrote a top 5, another top 5 videos. I wrote Dad Jokes Part 2, and I watched a little bit of the Brothers episode of the Clone Wars, and then I had to stop because the baby. But what's up, Dolthier? Good to see you, man. The first question comes from Will Thompson. Are you expecting anything big like title/trailer for episode 9 at Celebration this year? At this point, I feel like they're just waiting for the event now. Also, how do you feel about all the new details for Galaxy's Edge? Going to be awesome when I go 15 plus years when the lines die down. I'm with you. I'm with you there, Will. Yeah, to talk about the second part of your question, the last half. You know, I'm pretty excited for Galaxy's Edge. The 2 rides that we know so far, the Millennium Falcon ride and Rise of the Resistance, they sound really neat. Obviously, what do they say? Rise of the Resistance is like the most in-depth, detailed ride that Disney's ever done. I don't know what that means. I'm sure they say that kind of stuff about every ride that they build, right? So you're listening to a PR firm I'm sure it's going to be kick-ass, but nobody really knows what it... To me, what it sounds like is a lot like the Spider-Man ride at Islands of Adventure, you know? I'm sure it's going to be way better than that. That ride's almost like, what, 20 years old? 15, 20 years old? When was the first time that I rode that? That was a long time ago, so, I mean, golly, it might be 20 years old. Somebody look that up for me. What's up, Just a Kid That Rants? Good to see you, man. I'm at school right now. I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. School takes precedent 100%. So yeah, Will, yes, title trailer is kind of what I'm expecting at Celebration. I don't think there's any reason, for them not to do it at Celebration. Like you said, at this point, I feel like they're just waiting for the event now. Yeah, I bet that was the plan all along, right? To put it out at Celebration. They've known about this Star Wars Celebration for a couple years now. I'm sure that this is exactly how they've always wanted it to go, announcing stuff at Celebration. But according to some internet conspiracy theorists, they don't have a title or a trailer because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Obviously, J.J. Abrams had no idea that Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi was going to go the way it did. Oh, people love... People... There are a lot of super shadows on the internet. A lot of super shadows. But Will, I appreciate that, man. I'm in the same boat as you with Galaxy's Edge, though. Really looking forward to it. I'm in no rush. I'm probably going to end up going when my daughter is old enough to kind of like get it, you know, which is probably a few years from now. I don't want to take it. I think kids like 2 and under can go for free, but I think it would be kind of, I don't know if it'd be fun, like to take a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old to Disney. I mean, I'm sure they would get a kick out of it and be pretty awesome, but I don't know. Like, maybe I'm being selfish. Maybe I just like, it would be a headache, but it would be a fun headache. I don't know. I'll think about it. But yeah, I'm in no rush, Will. Mostly because I just want a new Star Wars game. I'm honestly looking forward to Fallen Order more than Episode 9 trailer / title, because I want new Star Wars. I'm kind of with you, Dalthier. Like, you know, obviously we know that Episode 9 is going to have Lando and Rey and Finn and Poe and probably Luke, Force Ghost. And we're going to have clips of Leia from The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in Episode 9. Yeah, we kind of, you know, it's a movie. But Fallen Order, we don't know shit about. So I'm kind of with you, right? I'm kind of with you, Dalthier. Fallen Order, I'm just, you know, we know it's a third-person action-adventure game, I guess. From what I've heard people talk about it, it's like the Force Unleashed without Monster Energy, or without the Mountain Dew. It's how I think I've read somebody explain it, which I don't know what that means. Take that as you will. But Dalthier, I'm kind of with you too. Dalthier says, I hope there's a Force Unleashed demo at Celebration that I can get my hands on while I'm there. I'd be very surprised if there was. I doubt that. But, you know, I have a feeling it's going to be no more than like a teaser trailer, something like that. I can't imagine that we'll see... Well, is there an official, like, panel? Or is it just a video game panel in general? Or is it a specific Force, or the Fallen Order? Fallen Order panel. Or, yeah, is that what it's called? Panel? I think it's a Star Wars games in general panel, correct? I could be wrong, but I think it's supposed to be a game panel. Okay. So, yeah, Dalthier, what I'm anticipating, and please don't take this to heart. Take nothing that I say to heart. I know shit. I know as much as anybody else in this chat watching this stream. What I'm guessing is that there'll be multiple other Star Wars games announced at this gaming panel, and we will get a teaser trailer for keep forgetting the fucking name of it, Fallen Order. Maybe a little bit of gameplay, but we'll see. I hope we get some gameplay, because whenever I see game trailers, whenever I see... Oh, shit. Music. Thank you, Psychotic. I appreciate that. There we go. Let me know if it's I'll turn it up a little bit. Whenever... Oops. Way too low. Whenever... I feel like whenever there's games announced, you know... sometimes it's like a animated, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a cinematic, right? And whenever I see cinematics, or whenever games are announced and the first thing that we see is like a cinematic trailer, I don't get excited. You know, I get excited that a thing is being made that I might potentially like, but until I see some gameplay, I don't really get that excited. I don't know about you guys, but like, you know, all the Battlefront cinematic trailers in the world never really got me that excited for the game. It was only until I saw gameplay footage of the game is when I got excited. You can make all the Star Wars The Old Republic MMO cinematic videos you want, and then it does nothing for me. Show me a little bit of gameplay. But that's just me. I would venture to say that that is most people. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. Anyway. And the next question, let me scroll up a little bit here. Next question from Patreon comes from, well, hold on, one sec. Comes from Devin. Devin, give me 1 sec there if you're watching. What's up, AT-AT? I wonder if it's going to be like an E3 demo or an actual playable demo. Oh, I guarantee, yeah, I'm sure it'll be like an E3 demo. Yeah, for sure. I'd be very surprised. Well, I don't know. Sometimes they do those... I don't even know what they call it, but like when they showcase a game and they have like somebody on the stage playing the game, quote unquote playing the game, or pretending to play the game, and obviously they've already shot this gameplay footage, right? And they're walking the crowd through the game a little bit. I'd kind of anticipate seeing something like that. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So we're like, what, 8 months away from seeing the game? I would suspect we'll see something like that, yeah. But who knows? What's up, Makatsi and Jai? Good to see you guys. Yeah, we got the fleet members pumping. Welcome aboard, shipmates. The thing that got me excited with Battlefront 2 2017 trailer was that they showed off. They included prequel stuff. That's true. Yeah, when they showcase stuff, I can get the excitement. I get the excitement from that point of view. But for me, for whatever reason, man, like, cinematic trailers, they almost feel like, and for as beautiful as they are, for, you know, as I'm sure they get a lot of people pumped up for stuff, but to me, in my dumb brain, who has zero marketing skills and knows what works in the PR department, they almost seem kind of pointless. That's just me, you know, kind of just seem like a pointless effort, like a Battlefront 2 trailer, I assume, has to be put together with a lot... Yeah, has to have a lot of resources to put it together, right? And the game comes out, and nobody will... That's it. That's it. Just, I mean, like, show some gameplay. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Maybe it's a lot easier than I think, but yeah. Ah, got my coffee. It's not sponsored by anybody. But I'm gonna shoot some messages soon. See if I can get a coffee sponsor for my streams. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Especially leading into episode 9. I think you know, they might bite. We'll see. Greedo, did you see Microsoft just said Master Chief Collection is coming to PC and is coming to Steam? And it will include all the games in the Halo series. Jai, I saw somebody post that on Twitter, or maybe it was like a trending thing. I've never played a Halo game. Well, I've only played the very first Halo game when it first came out for the original Xbox. I don't even know how old I was. I don't even know when that came out. It might have been 12 or 13. I really don't know. 13 or 14? I'm not too sure. And I've only played the multiplayer. I've never played a single-player Halo game, and I've never played a Halo game other than the first Halo game. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Oh, you got OBS to work. Nice, AT-AT. It's a pretty easy program once you get the hang of it. Yeah. Pretty easy program. Maybe I'll get some of the Halo games play them. Don't really know anything about them. Don't really know a single thing about them. All right. The next question from Patreon comes from Devin Godfrey. Can you guys see that on the screen? Cool. Hey, Grudo, as a Northern Climate resident, I can relate to how you felt about the cold weather. I just got back from Boston and New Hampshire about a week ago. That's what he's referring to. It seems like we've had a much more brutal winter than what I've seen in previous years. Anyway, I would like to ask, what was the must-see spot / thing you did while in New England? I would like to visit that area one day. Thanks, Devin G. So, Devin, we were pretty limited on time. We flew up to Boston. Our flight landed like at 2:30 p.m. or something like that in Boston, and then we immediately went to well, it was like me, my wife, 3 of my like lifelong best friends, and then one of their girlfriends, and you know, we kind of just explored Boston for a few hours. We stumbled upon like Sam Adams' grave, this old graveyard where even I believe Paul Revere's grave was there as well. And then we just grabbed some beers at some bars and got some food. We really didn't do much, except, I mean, we did exactly what I wanted to do. You know, just hang out. I haven't seen these guys in a while. Shoot the shit, and get a bunch of beers. Other than that, I mean, that's really all we did, man. And then we the next morning we got into our rental car and drove up to New Hampshire at a ski lodge, which was absolutely beautiful. Like your question alludes to, we were not prepared. At least I was not prepared. My one friend lives in Chicago right now, so he's prepared. My other friend lived in New York for like 8 years, so he knows what the fuck to do. But I was not prepared whatsoever. So, you know, we also saw the USS Constitution, which was really neat. So yeah, I can't really say one thing you must do that we did, at least, because we didn't really do too much except for just hang out and kind of catch up, you know. I'm trying to think. Like, the USS Constitution was really neat. If we had more time, I would have loved to walk the entirety of the Freedom Trail. Maybe make like a bar crawl out of it as well. And other than that, I'm really not too sure what else I would have liked to do. I didn't research the area that much, Devin, just because I knew that we had a limited amount of time, so I didn't want to like look at a bunch of stuff that I could do, you know what I mean? Maybe another trip, but yeah, New Hampshire was beautiful though. Like, I was freezing it was so cold, but it was gorgeous. Giant mountains. Mount Washington is where we were at, and it was a really fun wedding. Our buddy was, I've known these guys since I'm 32 now, so I've known since I was 12, since I moved to Florida. So we've known each other for 20 years. We've gone on, dozens of road trips. You know, lifelong friends. Always talk to each other. Always posting in our little private Facebook group every day, being silly. But yeah, Devin, I wish I could be more of assistance for your travels, but we didn't really do anything that I would say you gotta do. Well, kind of off track, I was talking to some of the Navy personnel that work on the USS Constitution, and I wasn't aware that it's an actual billeted ship, a billeted duty station that you can get selected for. So the USS Constitution is the oldest commissioned ship in the world, I believe, still afloat. I don't really know the history of it. I had to learn about it in boot camp, but a lot of that information I dumped as soon as I graduated. But I was really interested to find out that the couple guys that I was talking to, I was asking them, how did you get selected for this job? And they said, yeah, it's basically what the Navy can afford to give up. It's a 2-year billeted spot. You can be on this this 1700 ship, and you can basically be a tour guide, and you can participate in the upkeep. And when it does sail occasionally, you go out and sail it and make sure everything's Hunky Dory. It just sounded like such a badass place to get stationed. I don't know, just off topic, but I found that fascinating. I had no idea that it was actually manned by Navy personnel, and of all rates as well. Airmen, you had a gunner's mate. One guy was a gunner's mate. The other guy was I think he was a culinary specialist, a CS. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. Anyway. Talking about Halo. It's a good game, or it's a good space game for you to play. It's interesting. Okay. Reach was good. Campaign and multiplayer. Halo Reach. Is that, well, what's the top-down RPG one called? I do not remember what that one's called. Wow, what was that? Battle? I don't remember. I don't remember. Alright, let me scroll up a little bit. Halo Wars. Okay, that sounds right. That sounds right. Alright. The next question comes from Eli Foreman. Airman. Eli. Airman Foreman. Actually, I don't know what his rank is. Actually, I don't really know Air Force ranks at all. I'm just realizing that. I think they're the same as the Army? No? I'm actually not too... I don't know. Alright. Next question from Patreon comes from Eli Foreman. Knowing that you were in the Navy, thanks for your service, by the way. Right back at you, man. Do you have a Star Wars memory while in the Navy? Be it a debate or just a good discussion. Being military myself, I can't tell you how many hours worth of discussion I've had discussing my favorite franchise. Let me take a quick sip of coffee. Alright. Eli, you know... Yes. Oh, wow. Holy shit, dude. I'm saying holy shit because I just remembered a guy who's, without a doubt, retired now. He was an AZ-1, first class petty officer. He was, wow. All right, I'm getting hit with nostalgia right now. I haven't thought about this guy in like 8 years. Wow. Super nice guy. Me and him clicked instantly. He probably retired from the Navy 4 years after I got out, so I'm sure he's retired now. But me and this guy clicked because we loved movies, and we always talked about Star Trek and Star Wars. And I need to email him. I actually have his email. Man, I'm going down memory lane. This is kind of crazy. I haven't. You ever have those people or things that you just haven't thought of in years, and then boom. Yeah, and I was thinking, when I was going to answer your question, Eli, I was thinking of deployment. This is a complete shore duty station that I'm thinking of. But yeah, this guy, we always talked about the special editions and how neither of them liked them. We always talked about the prequels as well and how, you know, it just never felt like Star Wars to us. And then when the 2009 Star Trek came out, we were both excited for it, and we ended up seeing it, not together, but we saw it, and then we went and discussed. He liked it, but he was the kind of dude who would cosplay as Kirk, right? So he was like big original series, big Next Generation, and I understand completely why he wasn't 100% on board with the 2009 Star Trek movie. But he loved the casting. I'm gonna have to email this guy afterwards. I'm gonna have to email this guy afterwards. I don't know. I haven't thought about this. I still have his AZ study book, his AZ2 study book in my Navy chest. Wow. Anyway, Eli. Yeah, a lot of discussions with that guy, and then on deployment is when I found out that this was in 2010. When I found out that they were going to be releasing the Star Wars saga on Blu-ray. I was on deployment at the time, and that's when I found out. And, you know, I started doing some research. Whenever we would hit into port, I would hop on, go to an internet cafe with my buddies and a bar. Every place usually had Wi-Fi down there, kind of anticipating sailors coming down there and whatnot. And I would do some research, look up when it was coming out, just kind of look at some forums and gauging people's excitement and whatnot. And that's when I found out that the special editions were going to be the versions that were on the Blu-ray. And that's when it kind of sparked up a few conversations on the boat. I don't remember having like any deep Star Wars conversations on the boat, just kind of like, you know, what we liked about it and everything. I don't remember anybody talking about the Clone Wars or anything like that. But yeah, nothing crazy while I was out to sea. Most of our conversations were, I don't know, just random shit. I mean, you know how it is, right? You just talk about anything, pass the time. Politics, religion, all the shit that you're not supposed to talk about is the first thing you want to talk about when you're on deployment. Because it's interesting, right? Man. Yeah, 2009 yeah, no shit, Dalthier. Yeah, no shit. Anyway, Eli, that was a long answer to a short question. But I appreciate the hell out of that support, man. And I'm going to email that dude. I haven't thought about that guy in so long. When I first started the channel, it's interesting. He's like the first guy I thought of when I first started this channel, and I emailed him the channel. I was like, hey, check out this stupid shit that I'm making. Golly. Yeah, I need to shoot him a message. I think it was, I'm an Air Force veteran. Oh, yeah, Dalthier. I don't know his rank. I don't know his rank. Eli's rank. I could probably look at a picture on his Twitter. Does he still watch you? I really don't know. I doubt it. My friend was gonna go to the Air Force, but then left because they were gonna dick him over with credits or something. Sounds like they were going to start him off as an E3 for college credits. Oh, that's what I did. Yeah, I went in as an E3 with a little bit of college under my belt. And then within the first, like, 6 months of me being in the fleet, I passed the E4 exam, the AZ3 exam, and I became a petty officer. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I only been to my command for like 2 or 3 months. Silly. He wanted to go to Air Force right after high school. Yeah, Navy has exams. I don't know how the Air Force is. Is promotion like purely based on evals and that kind of stuff in the Air Force? I know in the Navy, there wasn't a time period where you had to wait to go from E3 to E4. I don't think there was. Unless I'm messed up with my timing. So anything E5 and up is based on eval and testing. Okay. Gotcha. I don't think, maybe I got I have my certificate hanging on the wall, like, congratulations for passing or becoming a petty officer thing. My parents have all that stuff hanging in their guest bedroom. I'd take a picture of it someday. Oh, man. Yeah, psychotic. One thing I wish if I could do it again, I'd probably go into the military right out of high school.
Congrats on Nick Foles. Hope Super Chats.
Nick the Geek, good to see you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. They do work. Congrats on Nick Foles. Hope Super Chats work. Yeah, I like, when I first heard the news, Nick, I was pretty excited. I'm a Jaguars fan, but I'm not like 100% hanging on every word and constantly biting at the bit for news and what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. Evaluating the team and all that kind of stuff. So when I found out that we got Nick Foles, I was excited, but apparently a lot of people are upset. I don't know. Like, I guess we got some Bortles diehards, and I get it. And I guess a lot of people want wide receivers and stuff like that over a new quarterback. I get that too. But at least this is gonna breathe a little bit of fresh air into the team. I think, hopefully, a little change of pace. I feel like, you know, a couple seasons ago, we had a really great dash to the top. We almost beat the Patriots for the Super Bowl. And then this season was just like tanking. You know, it's a roller coaster, and most of the time we're way down. So I hope this kind of kicks things into gear, at least changes the pace, gives us something exciting to look forward to, right? But Nick, thank you so much, man. And yeah, I'm curious how it's gonna work. I'm assuming, I haven't looked into it, but I'm assuming Bortles is the backup, or is he off the team completely? I don't know. I'm not too sure. But Nick, thank you so much for the first super chat support of the stream. This supporter Q&A. I appreciate the shit out of that, Nick. I'm trying to figure out what's your picture. All right, let's see. Go Jags. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. All right, the next question on Patreon. Oh, let me scroll up a little bit. My thumb is going perfectly with this song. I think this is the song that I actually made this video to. Yeah. All right. The next question comes from John Helder. Why does that look like an eye on my eyes are going, man? Let me look. Yeah, that's a Helder. All right, John Helder, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And your question is up. Oh, let me. There we go.
Fly casual.
Cheers, bud. Beer fun.
Jason, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support tonight, man. I greatly, and all the time. Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. We need to play some Battlefront. I always see you, or not Battlefront, Battlefield. I always see you post some Battlefield stuff. That's something, dude, like, for whatever reason, that's something that I thought I would be 100% into, the newest Battlefield. But I think I'm kind of burned out with shooters and shit like that. Well, at least those kind of I don't know, man. Like, the shooters that I want to play now are, like, Postscriptum. Those kind of shooters, or Day of Infamy, you know? I don't know why, but, like, I don't know. And it's so polished. It's so good. It's so massive. I should bite Battlefield every time I get a chance to, but for whatever reason, I don't have much of a desire to hop on. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm craving, I don't know what I'm craving when it comes to video games. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. Cheers, cheers, bud, beer fun. I appreciate that. Oh, one sec.
They're going to let Blake go. Patriots apparently might grab him for backup. Any guess where Bell lands? Can't stay long. Hope life is going good.
Nick the Geek, thank you so much once again. Give me one sec. Yeah, Jason, I can't wait for the BR mode in Battlefield. That's the one thing that I am looking forward to. That's the one thing that I think will get me into that game is, you know, I'm a big fan of BR, but there's really only one Battle Royale game that has kept my attention, and that's PUBG. And for whatever reason, none of my friends ever want to play it anymore. Apex is fun. It's not my kind of game, though. Fortnite, I guess, is fun. I've only played it once, and it's not my kind of game, though. The Call of Duty Battle Royale, I don't have it, but it looks like bullet sponge galore. The Counter-Strike Battle Royale, haven't played it. Oh, I take that back. I've played it once. Not my kind of Battle Royale. I'm hoping the Battlefield Battle Royale game is a nice mix between PUBG with the shooting mechanics of a Battlefield game, right? In PUBG, I hope that it has the same kind of realistic damage, or at least that is an option for a server to join a realistic damage server, you know, with the smooth mechanics of a Battlefield game. So, crossing my fingers. I really hope it's like that. And Nick the Geek, thank you so much as well. I didn't know that. They're going to let Blake go. Patriots apparently might grab him for backup. Any guess where Bell lands? Can't stay long. Hope life is going good. I had no idea. Is that true? Let's see. Bortles. Wait. Wait. I typed Bell. Oops. Bortles. Does Blake Bortles make sense as a Cleveland Brown? Oh, interesting. Wow. Blake Bortles getting trade interest. Does Blake Bortles make sense as Cleveland Browns quarterback? Actually had no idea that he was getting let go. Oh, he's only 26. My God. I think that's when you start feeling older. When, like, I look at a Blake Bortles or NFL players and I'm like, yeah, they're older than me. They're way more successful. They're way older than me. I still feel like I'm like 15. But no, I'm this man's elder. Patriots apparently might grab him for backup. Interesting. That's a really I would love to see how Bortles would do under the Patriots' guidance. You know? Because imagine being like a quarterback and, you know, if you make it to the NFL, you're a good quarterback, right? You're a world-class quarterback if you make it in the NFL. Yes, there is a huge margin for good, great, and bad in the NFL. But if you make it to the NFL, you're good, right? We can all agree on that. You're good. But a lot of it, your success seems to depend on, yes, your own talents, but also the coaches around you, the players that are around you. I would be very, very interested how a Bortles would do in the Patriots world, you know? Oh, one sec. Larry, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. But yeah. Bell? Bell. Blake Bell? Blake Bell is an American football tight end on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have no idea. Wait. Is that who you're talking? Oh, Le'Veon Bell? No. Oh, I didn't know he was leaving. I had no idea. Le'Veon Bell. Oops. I had no idea that he was, interesting. He was leaving this, I almost said the Saints, leaving the Steelers. Free agent. I had no idea. Well, I might pick him up on my my fantasy team, because maybe my friends will forget about him, and maybe he will get picked up somewhere. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't know he was a free agent now. Interesting. But I appreciate that, Nick. Go Jags. I'm already ready for the season. It only ended a couple months ago. And Larry Banks, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Have you ever played the Resident Evil games and Republic Commando? First of all, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Did I accidentally? Okay, John Helder, I apologize for the Patreon question, man. Give me a couple seconds if you're watching. If you're watching this or listening to this in an archive that is not live, I apologize for me taking so long to get to your question. But Larry Banks, have you ever played the Resident Evil games and Republic Commando? So when it comes to Resident Evil, I believe... Oh, okay, so I've only played 2 of them, which might sound kind of crazy. And I guess that is kind of crazy. Lifelong video gamer. Played so many games. Enjoyed so many games. You know. And I've only played 2. And Larry, the only 2 that I've ever played are the first one, the very first one. I had it on my PC. When did that come up? Let me see. When did that come out? I actually texted my dad. I was curious when we first got our computer. Let me read this real quick. He said... Oh, one sec. He said... I asked, when did we get our first computer? 1995? And he said, 96, I believe. Packard Bell. 1.2 gigahertz processor. Is that right? 128 megs of RAM, 1 gigabyte of hard drive space. Pretty sure those were the specs. And then he said maybe like $2,400 with printer and monitor. Crazy. And I remember that computer. I could have swore we got it earlier than that. So when we got our first computer, I was 10 years old. And I had Resident Evil, I believe, on that one. Let's see. Resident Evil PC. 1996. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 1996. So that's the only one that I've ever played. And the other, well, I take that back. The other one that I've played is the newest one, the Biohazard? Resident Evil 7, right? Evil 7. Yeah, Biohazard. Which, you know, like, the first Resident Evil appealed to me because it was basically like a haunted house. It was creepy. It was slow-paced. You know, it had its action moments. And then the other Resident Evils, for whatever reason, never really appealed to me that much, man. They seemed a little more out there and kind of crazy. And then the only reason I got Resident Evil 7 Biohazard was because I felt like it kind of brought it back to, you know, a smaller scale horror game, and that's what I was looking for. I got it around Halloween of last year, and I never really played it that much. I ended up playing it for a couple hours, never beat it. I should have just continued playing it, but I ended up getting that Friday the 13th game on Steam for like $5, and I just played the shit out of that around Halloween. I had so much fun with that. Let me take a quick sip of water real quick. But yeah, I've never really been interested in the games that fell between those, for whatever reason, you know. And Larry, Republic Commando, I've only played it once or twice. I never played it when it first came out. Don't know why, but I played it at some point last year. Maybe it was before my daughter was born. I think it was. So probably about a year ago was the last time I played it, and before that, probably about a year before that. So I've only fired it up a couple times. It's a fun game, but it's one of those things like, you know, I have a hard time getting into games that I never played. Older games, let's say that. I have a hard time getting into older games that I never played when they first came out, right? For me, it's probably like maybe a lot of you guys never play Dark Forces or Shadows of the Empire. And going back to those, having never played them, you know, maybe you don't have that nostalgia factor. Maybe it's not as fun for you. And that's kind of how Republic Commando was for me. Like, I didn't grow up with it. I kind of skipped over it when it came out. No, one never was really that interested in it. And then, yeah, the first time I ever played it was like 2 years ago, I think. Like, probably 2017, May of 2017 for May the 4th. I'm not sure. But yeah. But I appreciate the hell out of that, Larry. John, let me get to your question real quick. I apologize. This question comes from Patreon, from John Helder. Hey, mate, good to see you and the missus had a fun time away. My question is, have you / would you consider doing a podcast for some kind? Oh, of some kind, sorry. Not necessarily for Star Wars either. Take it easy. Yes, I've thought about doing that, but, you know, it would be fun if some of my friends were on board, but we're all busy, you know, kids, life, work, and, you know, if some of my friends were on board, I'd probably do it. Other than that, I don't really have much of a desire. Like, I kind of consider these live streams podcasts, you know, John? Like, sure, they're not uploaded to the podcast apps or RSS feeds or whatever they're called, but I kind of treat these live streams as podcasts. Even when I'm playing Battlefront or KOTOR, my focus is more on the chat and talking to everybody than it is the game itself. So, in a way, maybe this is in my own head. Maybe you wouldn't consider this a podcast, but in my own head, I kind of think this is almost like a podcast. But that being said, John, it is something that I've always thought about. I wouldn't want to do it alone. I would want like a friend or something like that to be enthusiastic about wanting to start a podcast and wanting to do it like maybe just twice a month or something like that. But I wouldn't want to be the one in charge of it. Too much other shit going on, you know? Of that being said, though, John, I've wanted to do a podcast with my parents for a long time. Just like a one episode, right? I think that'd be a lot of fun. Like, sit down, pour my dad a glass of scotch, get my mom a glass of wine, and just shoot the shit for like an hour or two. And I think that would be interesting. I think that would be fun for you guys, and it'd be fun for us too, you know? Just something completely different. I think that'd be a lot of fun, you know? But I appreciate that, John, and I apologize for me lollygagging on the question. NPR studio thing. There you go. Hi, we're here in Jacksonville, Florida, in the Sunshine State, as they call it. And we're here with Hello Greedo's parents. Welcome, welcome. Introduce yourself. I'm Beep. I'm his father. My name is Beep. And I'm his mother. My name is Beep. NPR Studio. Oh, yeah, NPR Studio. Well, they do a lot of music stuff, right? I believe that I've listened to Josh Ritter on NPR Studios. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Oh, man. I think. I'm not too sure. All right. The next question from Patreon comes from Grant. Oh, one sec.
Fly casual.
Did you play the original Battlefront games and do you wish they brought back Galactic Conquest?
Larry Banks, thank you so much. Give me one sec, Grant. Larry Banks, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man, once again. Did you play the original Battlefront games, and do you wish they brought back Galactic Conquest? Let me take a sip of water once again. All right. So the original Battlefront games, Larry, you know, when those came out, I had, well, let me exactly, I know the second one came out in 2005, right? Did the first one come out in 2003? Let me see. Battlefront original, 2004. Okay, Battlefront 2 original came out in 2005. That's crazy. Interesting. I didn't realize, you know, it's kind of crazy that they came out a year apart from one another. I guess that makes sense. I guess. So in 2004, when the first Battlefront came out, I had just graduated from high school in 2004. In 2005, I had moved to Orlando, trying my hand in college. So at that time, you know, I was still playing games, but a lot less than I was. And if I was playing games, I was playing like not Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, or Ultima Online. I was making my own maps in Day of Defeat and Counter-Strike and stuff like that. I was playing Age of Empires still. And for whatever reason, I mean, I owned both. I believe I owned both of the Battlefront games. But for whatever reason, you know, I really never played them that much. I barely remember touching them. I feel like, you know, it was probably a lot like KOTOR. When I first tried KOTOR, it was probably, you know, I played for maybe an hour, and then I never touched it again, and I went back to the games that I was already playing. So, I know for a fact I played it. I have, you know, those vague memories that are just kind of like, they're in the back of your mind. You remember doing it, but you don't remember doing it. You don't remember if you're like artificially putting memories back there or not. That's kind of where I'm at with the original Battlefronts. But yeah, you know, I played them, don't have memories of them, and when they came out, I was just kind of, you know, doing other stuff, playing other stuff, but yeah. And what I know of Galactic Conquest, yeah, I would like that. Isn't Galactic Conquest, let me see, isn't that where you kind of like take over certain sections of the galaxy? I don't know, was that a multiplayer thing? Okay, yeah. Galactic Conquest is a turn-based strategy mode in which players fight for control of the galaxy. This game mode is present with the original Battlefront games, but not the DICE remake. But, I mean, yeah, from what I know about it, I think it'd be pretty awesome if that was implemented. I don't think they're going to implement that. You know, obviously we're going to have that large-scale non-linear game mode, which is awesome. I would almost rather have that, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, let me see. I wish they could implement a little bit of GIFs. In the chat here. All right, guys, I have 3 questions left from Patreon, and then I'm gonna have to hop off. Let's see. All right. The next question comes from Grant Gawiller. What? Man, my eyes. Gawiller? Gawiller. I'm gonna say Gawiller. All right. Hello, Greedo. I'm wanting to stream on Twitch as a hobby, as I'm busy finishing up school and try to work when I can. Would you have any tips for doing that sort of thing? Ooh, interesting question. Man, I don't even know where I would begin if I had to start streaming over, you know? Any tips? I know a couple of my friends, well, actually, my friend's brother streams a lot. I don't know if he ever interacts with the chat. I don't know if he ever does that, but like basically every time he every time he plays a game, he streams. I don't know if I would want to do that. I would want to, I don't know, man. Any tips for doing that sort of thing? It depends. Do you want to be very interactive? Do you want to pay attention to the chat? Do you want to have a webcam on you? I think that kind of shit is really awesome. I wish I could have like a real webcam. Eventually in the future, I'm sure I will. But, you know, I think doing that and kind of interacting and maybe, I think one of the coolest things about streaming with a webcam is like the characters that people make. Like, Dr. What's his name? Shit, what's his name? I haven't seen him in a while. I used to watch him a little bit when PUBG first came out. Well, you guys know what I'm talking about, with the big mustache. Looks like a NASCAR driver from the 70s. That's bothering me. Somebody will pop it in the chat. But, that's what, you know, if I could do it all over again, Grant, and I could start a, yeah, Dr. Disrespect. Thanks, Psychotic. But, you know, if I could do it all over again, Grant, I think I would, if I just solely streamed, I think I would stream with, like, I don't know, giant, like, Elton John sunglasses and make characters out of it, you know? Like, be really goofy. That's what I... Don't do that, because, I mean... But I think that would be fun. I'm saying don't do that if you don't want to do that, right? Don't force yourself to do some stupid shit that I'm talking about, but I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't know, but like if you're going to school and you're working when you can, you know, maybe just play random games, find a niche with like, for maybe older, I don't know. I really don't know. The thing is, it's so difficult to break out in that arena, right? There are so many people streaming that there's so much noise, and how somebody like Ninja comes out of that noise, how does that even happen? How? Out of the sea of millions of people that are streaming probably on a daily basis. I mean, it's probably millions, right? There are probably millions of video game streams that hop on and off every single day, right? I would think so. I could be wrong. But, how did one person shoot up? Crazy. Crazy. Anyway, Grant, I wish I could be more help. But just be yourself. And, you know, that's really about it. Be yourself, go with the flow, and be experimental with it, you know? And don't feel like you need to do what other people are doing. Make it yourself. Own it, you know? Own it. Right place, right time. Actually, it's probably absolute. There's a lot of luck involved with all this shit, right? No kidding. No kidding. All right, the next question from Patreon comes from Paul Robinson. Paul has been around, I mean, I feel like since the dawn of the channel. I feel like he's been there since the dawn of the channel. So, Paul, thank you so much for sticking around, man, through the various evolutions of the Hello Greedo YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Hope everything's going well with you. Greetings, my good man, with a few posts recently about how happy people will be with Episode 9. What are your plans to celebrate the end of the Skywalker saga after 40+ years? A party, a series of retrospectives on the channel, or just see the midnight showing, then go home to a good whiskey. I recommend Penderyn Welsh whiskey, made a few miles from me. Oh, nice, and it's divine. Love you and the family, dude. Paul. Let me look that up. I'm curious if that's even available. Let's see. Whiskey. Penderyn Whiskey and Spirits, Wales to the world. USA. Penderyn Wine Searcher, Total Wine. Okay, Total. Oh, it looks like they have it at Total Wine, which is like a Walmart for alcohol.
Have you ever played the Metro games or read them? And have you played any of Paradox's games like Hearts of Iron and Stellaris? And played Alien Isolation?
Larry Banks, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. Give me one sec.
No, fly casual.
Forgot to add my question. Do you want me to pick anything up for you at Celebration?
Brandon, thank you so much as well, guys. Appreciate the hell out of that support tonight, Brandon and Larry. Give me one sec. I want to finish Paul's Patreon question here. It looks like they do have that Penderyn Madeira single malt whiskey. Is that? I'm assuming that's what it is. Limited quantity, $65. Jacksonville, Florida. Pick up in store. Right around me. 5 out of 5 stars. Never heard of it, but I'll have to maybe give it. That is definitely not the bottle. Let's see. There's the bottle. Interesting. All right. Nice. I'll have to check that out. All right. I don't know how I don't know if it's really gonna hit me that this Skywalker saga is gonna be over, and I don't know if I will believe it, because you know, when the prequels came out, I thought the Skywalker saga was over, and maybe this is just different circumstances, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna hit me, Paul. I really don't.
I don't know.
Oh, one sec.
Fly casual.
Hey, just caught up to my question. To answer the ranked question, I'm a Staff Sergeant E5.
Oh, nice.
On my deployment, we talked about everything.
There you go. What's up, Eli? Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Give me one sec. I'm going to have to catch up here. And Paul, yeah, I don't know if it'll really hit me, seeing the Skywalker saga come to an end. And, like, a part of me, you know, in the back of my brain, it'll always be like, oh, they're still going to make an episode 10. You know they're making episode 10, right? Maybe it's 20, 30 years from now. Maybe you'll be 80 years old, but they're going to make an episode 10. Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. I think in the back of my brain, I will always have that going. But no, I don't think I'll have a party. I don't think I'll have... I don't think it'll be any kind of celebration or anything. I like the idea that you just had, a series of retrospectives on the channel. I think that would be kind of neat, you know, what the Skywalker saga represents, what it means to me, to the world. You know, I think that would be probably the best thing to do. And maybe not retrospectives plural, maybe just one long video about the Skywalker saga and all that kind of stuff. I think that'd be the way to go. I think that'd be the way to go. But yes, I do plan on seeing it midnight showing, or the 7 p.m. showing, rather. Don't they usually do that nowadays? The 7 p.m. showing before the movie officially comes out. And then I will probably go home with a whiskey, and maybe I'll pick that up for the when I write my review, because I'm sure, you know, after I see the movie, I'll get home at like midnight or something like that, and I will let my fingers fly. And you bet your ass, if I don't have the whiskey that you're recommending, I will have a glass of whiskey or scotch next to me, and I will be typing a mile a minute. But I will not be in any rush to get the video up. That's the thing. Like, I lost that desire or that drive a long time ago. Like, you know, when The Force Awakens first came out, I had a desire to immediately put a video out. Boom. As soon as I got home, make a video about it. I had to be the first. I had to be the first. I had to be the first. Now I don't give a shit about being the first. I want to put my thoughts together, you know, and maybe I'll get it out the next day. But The Force Awakens, when that first came out, like, I saw it, I rushed home, made a video, and that night, me and my buddy had to drive, like, I think it was 10 hours to a bachelor party. Because it was like, it might have been 8 or 9 hours, I'm not too sure. But we saw the movie, got to my house at midnight, I made a video, we got on the road at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then arrived in North Georgia, where all our friends were sleeping, for a bachelor party in the mountains, getting shit-faced with a bunch of beer. And I would not do that again. I'm pissed at myself that I put my friend through that. Like, I should have just, yeah, okay, I'll get the review up some other time, but I had to be first, right? Just had to be first. Anyway, Paul, I hope all is well, man. I appreciate you sticking around all these years, and I hope everything's good. I'll pick up some of that whiskey. What do you think? What do you think? And Brandon, thank you so much. Forgot to add my question. Do you want me to pick anything up for you at Celebration? No, don't worry about it, man. I appreciate the offer, but no, there's nothing that I really can think that I would really want, you know. If I was really there, I would probably want to get like a coffee mug or t-shirt. But since I'm not there, I'm not one to really want to get stuff, you know what I mean? Especially not autographs. Like, I'm assuming you guys, I know you're going with a couple dudes. You're going with Sean and Nathan, right? Yeah, I think those are the two guys that you're going with. So, yeah, just enjoy your time, man. Just enjoy your time. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about picking anything up for me. But, I want you to take a picture of the haul that you're coming home with and tweet it to me, because I want to see what you pick up. I want to see what you pick up. But I appreciate the sentiment, man. And Larry Banks, have you ever played the Metro games or read them? And have you ever played Paradox's games like Hearts of Iron and Stellaris, and played Alien Isolation? So, I've played the first Metro game, Larry. Actually, let me pull up Steam, because I can't remember what. Yeah, going with him and Gotch. Definitely will tweet, and thanks, man. No, thank you. I appreciate the support tonight. You guys are gonna have a fucking blast, man. That's gonna be a trip to remember. That's like one of those, dude, you're gonna have so much fun. I'm excited for you. Yeah, Larry, let me pull up my Steam, because I can't remember which Metro game I own. So, Metro 2033 Redux is what I own. And I've only played 53 minutes of it. So, I don't even remember playing this, to tell you the truth. You know, so I'm sure I would like it. Maybe I'll reinstall it and play it. Well, yeah. Take it easy, Brandon. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, you're gonna have fun. But Larry, yeah, that's the only one I've ever played. I don't remember playing it. I bought it in 2015. It says right there, 2015, and it must have been on sale, because I only buy games when they're super on sale. But yeah, I've never played a Paradox game, Hearts of Iron or Stellaris. And Stellaris, I don't think Stellaris has always been one of those games that, you know, I see and it looks like something that I would love, right? Let me look it up. Well, I'm gonna look up the. Yeah, it looks like something that I would love. At least, you know, the sci-fi elements of it. Why is Steam going so slow? What the hell? That's weird. Is it multiplayer, though? Because if it's not, you know, I'll probably never play it. But no, I'm looking at other games, and I don't think I've ever played any of the Paradox's game. Steam is going, like, super slow. What the hell? Hearts of Iron. Oh, okay, yeah, Hearts of Iron. I've never played them, but I know exactly what these are, yeah. They always remind me of A Bridge Too Far? There was a game, not the movie, or there was a game called A Bridge Too Far, I believe. But yeah, I have a hard time getting into those turn-based giant strategy games. You know, my buddy really was into Total War for a long time, and you know, I bought a Total War game, and I was trying to get into it with him, but I just couldn't, man. Like, I just get bored. I twiddle my thumbs. I kind of have like video game ADD, I guess you could call it. I need to constantly be moving, constantly be doing something. The turn-based stuff is kind of like a teeth grind for me. I just like sit there twiddling my thumbs. That being said, maybe if, I don't know, maybe one day. But I don't know if those are turn-based, but they kind of look like they are. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Alien Isolation, Larry, I have played it, and I absolutely loved it. I'm gonna add, this game looks neat. I'm gonna add this to my wish list. One sec. There we go. I've played Alien Isolation. I've beaten it. I've put a lot of hours into it, actually. I put 17 hours into the game. And I was probably, that was one playthrough, too. That probably took me way longer than most people. Way longer. But I really enjoyed myself. I explored every avenue that I could find. You know, I took my time. And that game was so much fun. I would love to play through it again. Wow, it's been 4 years since I bought that. So it's been 4 years, almost to the day, since I played it. That's crazy. God, it feels like yesterday. Life's short. Life's short. I gotta go see my grandpa for her birthday and take driver's ed. No, dude, that sounds like a really fun evening. Have fun with that, Just a Kid That Rants. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much, man. What's up, K2? So yeah, Larry. Played that. Haven't played many of the other ones listed. I'm really bad with games, man. A lot of times I start games and then I never finish them. Especially when, like, the ease of Steam, you know? It's just so easy to get a game and play it for a little bit, and then, oh shit, this game looks fun too, so I'll just get that and forget about the game that I just bought, you know? It's kind of crazy. Just need to stick with something. And Eli Foreman, thank you so much, man. I apologize for the delay. Hey, just caught up to my question. To answer the rank question, I'm a Staff Sergeant E5 on my deployment. We talked about anything / everything. That's kind of how, yeah. I was an E4 when I got out. Oh, one sec. I think the robot's about to read another one. Do you want me to refer to you as Uncle or Papa? Neither, man. Neither. Oh, it's not turn-based. Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Last one, but have you used TV tropes to help you understand tropes in media? Like video games and movies.
Larry Banks, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support once again, man. I greatly appreciate that tonight. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. But, yeah, Eli, Staff Sergeant. You know, I'm not familiar with the Air Force rankings whatsoever. Let me see. That's something that I never learned. Air Force ranks. U.S. Air Force ranks. Airman Basic, Airman First Class, Senior Airman, Staff Sergeant, Technical Sergeant, Master Sergeant, Senior Master Sergeant. Okay, so it is basically the... Is this the same as the Army, other than the Airman, the most junior enlisted rankings? Oh wow, I forgot about
Fly casual.
Oh.
I hope you have an awesome evening. Keep it pimpin'.
420. I appreciate Kid That Rants. Thank you so much for the support, man. Go enjoy some birthday festivities with the family. I appreciate that support tonight, man. But yeah, Eli. Yeah, anything and everything, right? You get into arguments, you get into disagreements. Philosophical debates, debates about what the hell you're doing in the middle of the ocean, floating up and down, looking for bundles of cocaine on fishing vessels, and you only get one in 6 months, and everybody cheers, and you're sitting back like, what? Why are you cheering? We've searched hundreds of fishing vessels for 6 months every single day, and we got one. Why are you so excited? This seems like a giant wasted time. But yeah, anything and everything. That's the thing I miss the most, Eli, the conversations, the people. I mean, it was. I mean, you know exactly how it is. But I miss like nighttime, the birds not flying, and you know, I walk out and smoke a cigar with you know, my fellow detachment folk, and I miss that a lot. You know, big wad of skull. Oh, I love that shit. I miss that shit too. Oh, I miss that shit. But I appreciate that, Eli. Anything and everything. And Larry Banks, last one, but have you used TV tropes to help you understand tropes in media, like video games and movies? Is TV trope, well, I know what a trope is, but is TV tropes a specific website? TV tropes. Okay, one sec, let me take this back. Okay, cool. All right. I've never actually heard of tvtropes.org. Let me see. TV Tropes, the all-devouring pop culture wiki. Oh, you just brought something new to... I'm going to bookmark this so I can check it later, but you just brought something new to my attention, Larry. Let me see what... TV Tropes. Is there a wiki for TV Tropes wiki so I can know exactly what TV Tropes is? TV Tropes is a wiki that collects and expands descriptions and examples of various plot conventions and plot devices, more commonly known as tropes, that are found within many creative works. Since its establishment in 2004, the site has shifted focus from conveying only television and film tropes to covering those in other types of media such as literature, comics, manga, I don't know which actually the kind of correct pronunciation, video games, music, advertisements, and toys and their associated fandoms, as well as some non-media subjects such as history, geography, and politics. Interesting. I've never heard of this website. Huh. Interesting. No, I've never, Larry, I've never heard of this. This is something that this like the perfect kind of thing that I would like to read while I'm laying in bed on my phone. You know what I mean? Oh, there's a podcast on the tropes. We talk about tropes, Mad Woman in the Attic, and give our favorite examples. This week we're reviewing our gaming. Oh, this would be an interesting podcast. Let me see. I'm going to sign up for this podcast right now. On the Tropes and On the Rocks. Are these two different? Let's see. Discover. Tropes. Learning about tropes. Beyond the trope. On the Tropes. Along with TV tropes. On the Tropes. Jim Henson. Gaslighting. Let's see. Gaslighting. This is, yeah. Nope. This is going to be a fun rabbit hole that I go down, Larry. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, man. So, yeah. Instead of me answering that, you just kind of open my world to a new website that I'm going to devour. So I appreciate that. Jessica Kidder Rants, once again, thank you so much, man. And have some fun birthday festivities. All right. The last question from Patreon comes from Psychotic. Let me scroll up here. Bum, 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 bum. Slow scroll. Slow scroll. There we go. All right. Let me take a sip of water before I read and answer this here. All right. The next question comes from Psychotic. Hey, Greedo. Glad to hear your vacation you took was good. While you were gone, I caught a cold. See what happens when you leave. Bad stuff happens. Cold rarely happens to me. Yeah, me too. Me too. I feel like I'm usually the last person to get sick. If people in the house are sick, I'm always like, yeah, I'm not going to get sick. Everybody else is sick. Like, I got a good immune system. Yeah. And then eventually I get sick like 2 days later. Anyways, my question for the month is I've recently started a TeePublic account. And I was wondering, what do you use to upload your designs into TeePublic? I have my designs in my head, but I don't know how to put them onto the computer, then to upload them to TeePublic. Please help me. As always, thank you for what you do. So what I use is Photoshop for the most part. Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator is probably better for that kind of stuff. But, I've always worked in Photoshop and like hand-drawn stuff. That's why like my t-shirts and all that kind of stuff are a lot you know, there's no real smooth lines or anything like that. I prefer kind of hand drawing them, mouse and keyboard drawing them. I have a little bit of texture to the lines and stuff like that. Illustrator is great for vectoring and logos and stuff like that. I kind of like a little messiness to my designs, you know. But I don't know what you could use. Is GIMP? Okay, so Psychotic, GIMP. Let me look up GIMP. GIMP, image manipulator program. Can you draw in GIMP? I'm assuming you can. So this GIMP is well, it's a free and open source raster graphics editor used for image retouching. So it's not a vector program. That's fine. But I would recommend downloading GIMP. That's GIMP. And you know, I don't really know much about other freeware. But this is what I know people
Fly casual.
to. Oh, one sec.
It has things like YMNB, Fridge Horror, Brilliance, Nightmare Fuels, Heartwarming Moments, Trivas, and Tearjerkers in media.
Larry, thank you so much once again, man. Give me one sec. But Psychotic, yeah, I would recommend downloading GIMP. It's free. I don't know exactly if it is what you're looking for, but that would at least give you a good idea on how to manipulate images and maybe draw a little bit. Then you could, you know, save your GIMP file or your JPEG or your PNG. And what you would want to do, it's a little confusing. I would look into download. First of all, Psychotic, I would download like a TeePublic t-shirt template. And it would give you a JPEG file that is like the exact dimensions of what their t-shirts are, the resolution that it needs to be and everything. And you could import that into GIMP. I know this is, if you don't know, it's you know, it's all kind of probably confusing, but yeah. Psychotic, check out GIMP. And I think that'll set you on the right course. I think that'll, you know, that'll push you in the right direction. But yeah, if you're looking for a free piece of software, but yeah, I appreciate that, man. The question. It's a lot of times, you know, I take that kind of shit for granted. I've been doing this graphic design and all that kind of stuff for. I'm 32 now, and I've been messing with graphics. Geez, I mean, I made tripod websites and GeoCities websites when I was like 10 years old, and I've been messing around with graphics since then. So, yeah. Kind of crazy. I think I just take it for granted, you know. But yeah. And Larry Banks, the final question of the super chat. And yeah, Psychotics was the last question. Actually, I have to hop off here. My wife is watching a show called not Last of Us. This Is Us. And she watches that every Tuesday, and that's my time to like work on some video stuff. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. I was debating about streaming again tonight, little Battlefront, but my throat is scratchy. I might just put on a podcast and work on some stuff. But Larry Banks, thank you so much. It has things like, I don't know what that is. Let me look that up. The YMNV. Meaning of YMNV. What does that mean? YMNV. Fridge Horror Brilliance. Let me look this up. Fridge Horror, TVtropes.org. Dude, this might be a really... Larry, thank you so much for bringing all this to my attention, because this kind of actually creates different avenues for new video topics. I think there might be a lot of stuff to dissect here. Huh. Fridge horror is, simply put, when something becomes terrifying after the fact. Maybe you thought about this or that plot point a little too hard, and suddenly you realize that everyone was trapped in stasis forever. Or that the lovable child will grow up in a world where everyone around her is dead. This can be either intentional or unintentional by the author. Interesting. Nightmare fuels. Let's look up this. Nightmare fuels. TV tropes. This is stuff so horrifying that it can give people the creeps for years. This scares the pants. Ah. It's kind of interesting, like, Larry, that, you know, these things are obviously, they're in the zeitgeist. We know what they are. We know when you think of something that kind of creeps you out, makes you feel icky and gross in a movie, that kind of sticks with you forever, but you don't have a word for it. This kind of puts a word to a feeling, right? Or something that we all know. It's interesting. Heartwarming moments. What's Trivas? Alien from LA Triva. Cut for... Oh shit, something's in the attic. Probably a raccoon. Son of a bitch. I thought they were gone. Maybe it's a possum. Ugh. Yeah, whatever. It's probably just going to sleep. I guarantee, like, if I go into the far corner of my attic, there's probably, like, possum shit. I don't want to kill nothing, right? And I don't want to get pest control out here, or animal people out here, and probably just going to euthanize it, right? I don't know. Actually, it's probably a neighborhood cat, to tell you the truth. There are so many neighborhood cats. I find, me and the neighbors find dead mice all over the place because the cats just destroy. I mean, there's probably 10 neighborhood cats in this, I don't know, right where I live. And they're all super nice. But they're the best pest control, right? Face hugger, there you go. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. But alright guys, I gotta get going. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me for the March Q&A. It's always fun. I always enjoy doing these. Thank you to everybody on Patreon who supports the channel through that avenue, and everybody who posted a question on Patreon. I appreciate the hell out of that as well. Everybody that tuned in who supports the channel, all the fleet members, all the shipmates, thank you so much. Everybody that's watching that does not support the channel, thank you so much as well. I appreciate the hell out of the viewership. And let me run down the Super Chat channel supporters for the evening. Larry Banks, thank you so much for the Super Chats and channel support tonight, man. I appreciate that. Just a Kid That Rants, thank you for the Super Chat and channel support. Eli Foreman, thank you for the Super Chat and channel support. Phantasmic Ears, Mr. Brandon, thank you for the Super Chat and channel support. Nick the Geek, thank you for the Super Chat and channel support. Mr. Saint Jake, Jason, thank you for the Super Chat and channel support as well, man. And cool. Alright guys, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for tuning in. All the support. I love doing these. They're fun, they're smaller, they're intimate. Get to answer some really interesting questions and have some fun shooting the shit with you guys. But thank you so much for the support. And I look forward to doing this again. Alright guys. Take it easy. Have fun. Get some shit done. I'll catch you on the flip side. Alright. See ya.